Good day, everyone. This is the work immersion practices of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics strand of ARM Regional Science High School from year 2018 up to present. This presentation comprises of three parts. The first part is work immersion before the pandemic strikes. The second part focuses on the work immersion during the pandemic. And the third part is work immersion after the pandemic. So aside from previous work immersion practices that we have, we will also be presenting an initial plan on how will be the work immersion look like after this pandemic. Let's start with before the pandemic. For 4 years of offering work immersion for grade 12, this is the flow of our program. First, we conducted orientation with students about work immersion. Basic work ethics are taught, as well as the do's and don'ts when deployed in an agency or company. They were also taught how to write application letter and filling up resume. Aside from that, during the series of orientation, career guidance was conducted to know their preferred courses in college. This is very important since work immersion is based on the interests of the learners and also relevant to their senior high school strand. In our case, STEM future courses are engineering, medical courses, agriculture, technology, and other science-related courses. After knowing their preferred courses, we group them according to their interests. Then identification of partner agency followed depends on the availability of the agency offering related field in the locality. We sent letters to agencies subject for their approval. If the request is approved, then the partner agencies were invited for the sending off ceremony. During the sending off ceremony, memorandum of agreement is presented and signed by the two parties. Parents were also invited for the orientation. Actual work immersion starts after the sending off ceremony. In our case, we have 4 partner agencies. We have Rural Health Unit and Private Pharmacy for students who wish to pursue health and medical courses. We have Department of Public Works and Highways, or the MPW, that is located in Sultan Kudarat, Maguindanao, for students who wanted to pursue engineering and other related courses. For agriculture and fisheries student aspirants, we have the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Agrarian Reform, or the MAFAR. It is 80-hour or 10-day work immersion. Schedule of programs for the 10-day work immersion is carefully discussed between work immersion teacher and the coordinator from the partnered agency. That is why, as work immersion teacher, it is very important to know the program of the partner agency in conducting work immersion because you need to visit your students regularly according to the role of the work immersion teacher. In our case, we engage also in the work immersion of our students. It is very fulfilling to know other field of works. It's an additional learning. And the culminating follows. Culminating activity is one of the highlights of work immersion. It was conducted in the partner agency with the presence of personnel from both parties, from the school and from the agency. After that, submission of portfolio is required from the students that serves as their output for the whole duration of work immersion. Everything changes after March 15, 2020. That happened when lockdown started because of the COVID-19. We are one of those sectors affected. Everything stops, but we need to continue learning. During this pandemic, work immersion is impossible to conduct since mass gathering is not allowed. From usual face-to-face work immersion, we converted it in a different way. In this time where everything is done digitally and meetings are held online, we decided to have a series of work immersion webinars. The same flow with what we did before the pandemic. The only difference is that it is conducted virtually and there is no actual work immersion. Nevertheless, students learned so much from these webinars because it opens their minds into many possibilities, many choices of STEM-related courses, and expand their horizons to the living testimony of our invited professionals from different fields of works like information technology, aquaculture, fisheries, engineering, pharmacy, nursing, and healthcare. We know that nothing is permanent in this world but change. As we continue to deliver education to Bangsamoro students, after the pandemic, we expect changes in the academe since there will be limited face-to-face classes. With the experiences we have gained before and during the pandemic, we come up with the initial plan of conducting work immersion to be implemented maybe this school year or for the following school years. Our initial plan would be a blended work immersion, a combination of face-to-face and webinar work immersion. We believe that digital world is already a part of our lives and we considered it as one of our basic needs. As one of the pioneering schools in Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao offering senior high school, we uphold in nurturing our future scientists and leaders to be globally competent because in BARM, no Bangsamoro learner is left behind. Inshallah. Thank you and good day everyone.